Hi, Sam. So just real quickly, and I know we're going to showcase this, but tell us what Park in Motion is.
So first off, thank you for having me here. Park in Motion's primary goal is to help what we think is the most prominent unsolved problem that drivers have currently, and that is parking. So what we do is we help drivers find parking, so where is the closest available and even sometimes cheapest parking space, as well as pay for parking. So maybe I can reserve at a certain parking lot before I get there if I know it's going to be busy, even be able to trigger my meter from my phone. So really the parking industry has been archaic, and we're trying to bring it into the information technology age and make it much more user-friendly.
All right, well, let's take a look at the app.
Yes.
We have a demo.
That. So I'm going to walk you through this here. So this is our app. Wait, pause it for 1 second here. Just want to say we have an app currently. We soft launched it in the App Store, and this you can download it, free app. We can talk about the business model later. The deal here is that this is a future app that we will release, and we'll probably push this in the next week or so. So you can play it. So let's take New York, for example. New York, notoriously the city for notoriously crappy parking, essentially. And we have what you can see here. This is going to pause it for a second. I'm sorry. If you can go back a little bit, just go back a little bit to the map view. So what you see here is the map view, and we have all the parking locations mapped out across New York, and you can see later we have our coverage is very vast. We have the entry points of every single parking facility, and we even have the relative price indicator, which means that on the fly, while you're looking at your app, you can actually determine which parking lot is more expensive than the other and choose to park there. Continue. So then we have dig into the lot and actually see the hours of operation, and even get street views, so you can get a bearing on where you are, what the lot looks like before you get there. So then the next thing we added was the ability for users to update the information. So you can actually take a photo. You can add, if the lot says if we say $3 and it's really $2, you can enter that in. And we also have other views, list view. We have a very robust database across New York. Now the next step is to make this real time. We want to be able to tell the driver the real-time occupancy. So this is right in our backyard, Santa Monica, California. We're very close. And 3rd Street Promenade, we're actually streaming real-time occupancy information from these parking lots. So you can set, pause it for 1 second. So you can actually determine, if I'm going down Wilshire Boulevard, maybe I want to park on 2nd Street instead of 4th Street before you get there. You can continue. So you can look at the details of the parking lot here. We can tell you if it's full. And then the next step is actually paying. So let's say you go into San Francisco, right? And you want to go to the San Francisco Symphony, and parking's going to be a big pain. So what you want to do is be able to guarantee a spot before you get there. So the green lots indicate that it is a parking spot you can actually reserve. So we have relationships with these parking garages in which you can actually put in what time of day you want to park there, how long, and then book that parking before you get there. And sometimes there'll even be a discount. So let's say you want to go to a place that you've never been, right? You're a tourist, and pause it for 1 second. We have actually, I'm sorry, keep going. All right, pause it now. All right. So there's a lot of data right here, as you can see. The idea is that when you're driving, you want to be looking at your iPhone and dealing with, okay, which is the closest, which is the cheapest. You want to our goal is really to make your life simpler while you're driving. So what we've created, and you can see down here, is what we call the Park Me button. And the Park Me button, basically, so press play. I'll let you just show you. You click the Park Me button, and immediately with one button, it directs you to the closest and or cheapest lot and gives you directions to that lot. So you don't have to do Price comparison will tell you right then and there what the cheapest lot is. And really, that we think that is very valuable to the driver when there's so much going on. They can just press park me and it's done. And maybe our most valuable feature is our coverage. We have data across the entire US, Canada, and even Europe. So that is Parking in Motion. And thank you.
Yeah. I thought I saw some open parking at the White House and when we were in Washington. So, how many partnerships do you have with parking structures, companies who run them?
Parking. So, we are working with all the parking companies. The idea is that there's a lot of logistics. Obviously, the devil's in the details. You know, does this lot have a gate? Does that lot have an attendant? So you really have to work out the nitty-gritty. Currently there are 1,000 lots out of about 6,000 in the United States in which you can reserve parking. So those are our partner lots.
Okay, and so this is a free app. What's
free
the
app.
business model?
So I didn't realize we had to make money from this. That's interesting. So the business model, there's a few business models we're experimenting with, but the parking industry is very large, and there's a lot of money actually spent on marketing, believe it or not, in parking. And we think we can capture some of that. But so if somebody actually makes a reservation through our app, we'll get paid. And the parking operator wants to do that the same reason why an airline would put their listing on Orbitz or anything like that. It's really lead generation for them. So we get not only a commission for directing someone to a parking lot, but also there's opportunity for location-based advertisement and even data licensing, actually.
Any questions out there? We only have a few back in the back. So the question for the live streaming audience, can you tell if they're cash only parking lots?
Yes, we can. So we gather a lot of attributes. Some lots we may not have the data, but yes, definitely that's a valuable piece of information that we do have. Cash, crash, credit card, you know.
I have a lot more questions, but we are out of time.
All right, yeah.
You did a great job.
All right, well, thank you very much.